What's up, everybody? This is your boy Thirsty Jack, and welcome to another installment of Thirsty for Wrestling. And the gameplay I'm going to show you right now is WWE 2K16, as I play as Shawn Michaels go up against Stone Cold Steve Austin for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And the topic I'm going to talk about is the aftermath of the draft, and what Cesaro said, either it's a shoot or it work. And NXT call-up expected this early fall. Cruiserweight been offered with a contract, and also Cody Rhodes is going to Ring of Honor, and what my opinion and my thoughts about that. So therefore, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the aftermath of the draft. The draft was pretty awesome. We know who will be in the Raw and SmackDown. Pretty much it'll be get the ball rolling after the battleground, and once with the dust is settled, all the rival will be over, and probably see some new rival start probably next week, roll to SummerSlam. But the most interesting part is not the draft, but a certain superstar. As I talk about Cesaro, who he got defeated by Chris Jericho cleanly on the match of SmackDown, and he was drafted to Raw. Now, before I go on, remember on the last video as I talked about Raw and SmackDown, how Raw was more like sport entertainment and SmackDown was more like pro wrestling? This is what Cesaro did talked about this way. And that's what reminded me of when Cesaro, either you give it a promo or a shoot. Other people say it was a promo. Certain people with experience say it was a shoot. But I'm gonna read down what he said about the problem with the whole WWE thing. And he said this: just look at the roster and what the GMs talked about yesterday, how SmackDown is going to be a wrestling show and all about the in-ring product and all about the superstar and not necessarily about the GMs. And the whole drama, I feel like I probably will be better fit for SmackDown, was all said. But just like in my career so far here, there's always a little stumble block or whatever that I have overcome. So I'm looking forward to be on a flagship product, trying to see the positive being a flagship product. WWE Raw, that's where Cesaro belong. Then after that, JoJo, who was interviewing him, he brought up the GM. So this was Cesaro, I think, pretty much shoot from the heart from this part. I think Raw going forward needs to be about superstars. It needs to be about the performers in the ring and not how Stephanie McMahon and Mick Foley coexist. They need to be meditated and make the best show. Excuse me. But that does not need to be the focus. So the focus should be on the superstar who got drafted. We have Seth Rollins, we have the New Day, Finn Balor coming from the NXT. Those are the people we should have been here talked about. But we talk about Stephanie McMahon and Mick Foley is annoying me. So they upload on YouTube, so you can probably check it out when you get a chance on WWE.com or WWE YouTube channel. And while I watch it, it seemed from he was telling the truth about it, because that's what it's all about on Raw, and that's what I got a vibe from it. We got Stephanie McMahon and Mick Foley. Look like Stephanie McMahon will play as a role as a heel commissioner, and Mick Foley will play as a babyface GM, and it's going to be a conflict, and that probably the most focus on it. And this wouldn't be the first time we've seen this happening. We've seen it with Eric Bischoff. God damn it. We see it with Eric Bischoff and Stone Cold Steve Austin a long time ago. We've seen it with Raw GM with Eric Bischoff in the past. We've seen it a couple of times, and the last one we've seen was like the terrible GM was John Laurinaitis with the People Power era. He was running Raw and SmackDown, and it was been like that. But what I see from Raw is, it's going to be a sports entertainment, which is unfortunate, and SmackDown's be pro wrestling. Just like I said earlier, that's what it looked like. But I think Cesaro, in my own opinion, Cesaro was a little bit shoot from the hip, shoot from the heart. And why I say that is just kind of like the old song said from J. Cole. Every little joke have the truth in it, and this is what a promo is. Like every little promo have the truth in it. Just like, prime example, AJ Styles and John Cena. When AJ Styles talking about every time John Cena fights somebody, it's time to bring up the shovel, and that's what everybody thinking about. And plus, that's the truth. Like, I could bring up tons of names from Bray Wyatt to goddamn Damian Sandow. With this situation, back to Cesaro, Cesaro's a one hell of a talented wrestler. I mean, when I saw him, when he portrayed as a rugby player, I like him from the jump. When he break away from the character, play as Antonio Cesaro, and he has a great United States title run. He was phenomenal. He was my favorite wrestler, and in my opinion, I thought he would be a great World Heavyweight Champion or WWE Champion one day. But it seems that WWE didn't understand that shit, and we know what happened with Vince McMahon podcast. Well, Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast when Vince McMahon was on it, and he said he didn't understand why people were so hot on Cesaro, and people don't understand what he's saying. But even though people clearly what he's saying, and people support Cesaro because he's a great wrestler, and I feel like Cesaro will be lost in the shuffle with it. And to be honest, I agree with Cesaro. I think Cesaro is a great wrestler, and he deserved to be treated with a good, main event spot. But we're gonna have to wait and see on the Raw, on next week on Raw, when the brand actually, get the ball rolling after the battleground and so forth. So, like I said, not too long ago, like back in 2 years ago, I remember I was playing Advanced Warfare. I said Cesaro was one of these people who will leave WWE and become a better wrestler. Eventually, I was wrong, but we never know what the future holds for Cesaro, and I hope WWE take notice of Cesaro and use him as a main event player. And I think he will be a great main eventer, great wrestler. I think the fans been rocking with him since day one. I know plenty of Cesaro fans before WWE, probably seen him through the indie scenes. I've seen a couple of his works when he fought Kevin Steen at the time, and one of them independent show. Great wrestling work, great match, great ground skills between the two guys, and I think WWE should take a notice of Cesaro. But if not, then sooner or later down the road, you go hear Cesaro air out his frustration, and he will be one of these great talent to dip out from WWE and head towards somewhere else and become a mega bigger star. Now the next topic I'm going to talk about from star to NXT. We see NXT get called up from NXT roster to main roster. We seen Finn Balor, in which we see that miles away, but we don't know when that would happen. And I thought it'd be after NXT in Brooklyn too. And I expect Nina Jax at least get the NXT championship and women title, get the ball rolling, and she become more 100% prepared, just like I'm trying to think would be a good name, like Charlotte. When she was the NXT Women's Champion, she was prepared, she was more ready, and that's the end. To be honest, on side note, I like NXT Charlotte much better than main roster Charlotte, because in NXT Charlotte they made her look NXT Charlotte they made her look strong by herself, but on the WWE main roster they made her look weak. In my opinion, some people may think differently, but me personally, I think Charlotte, should be strong by herself. You know what I'm saying? Because in NXT she was killing it, I loved it. But on main roster, to be honest, they fucked it up. Like we seen before with Paige, but she was strong, anti-diva. Now she come in, she's buddy with the divas, and she's kind of like my own opinion. She kind of like the what's that called show? The Teen Titan version of Raven. That's what Paige remind me of right now. Teen Titan version of Raven. But back to NXT call-ups. Other person got called up. Like I said, Nina Jax. She got called up, and I hope they don't drop the ball with her. Just build her up as a strong heel diva. Not no stereotypical bodyguard. We already seen it with Tamina, and that shit didn't go anywhere. Which unfortunately, I don't want to see that happen. I want to see her the same thing what they did with Awesome Kong and TNA. When Awesome Kong stepped foot in TNA, she kills it. She was a strong as heel monster knockout wrestler. She put a great feud with Gal Kim, ODB, Velvet Sky, all them lists of knockouts, and they treat her like a monster. And NXT, they did the same thing, but she took an L to Bayley, in which I understand because Bayley and Nia Jax did have a great rival, and we should probably see that continue on to the main roster, which I'll bring up later. But with Nia Jax, I see so much potential in her. I can see her as a great diva wrestler. Excuse me, women wrestler. But as long as WWE don't fuck this up, I think she'd be great, and I hope she will gun it for the women's title. Not too quickly, just build her up like the old school fashion way. Like you've seen her coming from the bottom to all the way up. And who else got called up? Pretty much other person supposed to get called up is Bayley. I thought she would get called up too because she's a former NXT champion, but I think we probably won't see that. We probably won't see that until NXT Brooklyn. I guess she rumored to face Aksana. I've seen the spoiler, but I won't spoil that much. But I think that's my idea because them two never have a rematch. So if Bayley wins, then we see how that goes. But if not, we all know how that shit gonna play out. But I think Bayley deserves to be in main roster soon. But everybody expected to be coming in fall. But we may see her partner with Sasha Banks, and that'd be a good look for Bayley because I think she deserved it, and I can see her gunning for the title as well, or continue with the feud with Nia Jax, just like I did with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And also from NXT, there was a couple of call-ups. Previously, since Raw is doing the Cruiserweight division, there are some reports that Kota Ibushi, Cedric Alexander, Gran Metalik, and Akira Tozawa have been offered a contract, and I think all of them are possible to sign. Meaning, they're going to get signed very, very soon once pretty much the Cruiserweight tournament will be over and they get signed up. My honest opinion about it, it's a good look, and pretty much it's a win-win situation for everybody in the Cruiserweight division. I pretty much expect more people get signed from the Cruiserweight tournament very soon, and I would love to see Tajiri to come back, but we all seen how that happened last time. He was pushed towards the tag team division or anything else. I would love to see the Cruiserweight title return. Most likely that will go to happen very, very soon. And Kota Ibushi, that's my favorite wrestler. I watch him through mostly of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Other people may have seen him through DDT promotions. I think I've seen him fought a doll, a inflatable doll one time. I think it was on YouTube. I seen that match. With Kota, my all-time favorite match I've seen him was him against Finn Balor in Wrestle Kingdom series. A triple threat match with him, Low-Ki, and Prince Devitt in the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship match, a triple threat match. And the last one was Kota Ibushi against Suzuki Nakamura for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship from last year Wrestle Kingdom. And that match was hella awesome, and he packed on some pounds. On this cruiserweight, he lost some little bit mass muscle, because on New Japan Pro Wrestling, we was fighting for the Intercontinental Championship. At that point, he had to pack on some pounds just to compete with Nakamura. But either way, he'd be a great star, and to be honest, I would love to see him become the main event player, and not just stuck on the cruiserweight division just to fill up the Raw 3 hour. I love to see him to push forward as a main eventer. Same thing with Cedric Alexander. He's a great, phenomenal wrestler. I see him through Ring of Honor. He'd be a next star to get his shine on. Gran Metalik, same thing. Akira as well. Pretty much we see some more cruiserweight down the road get their shine on as well. And also the another one from NXT call up to cruiserweight call up. Moving forward to Cody Rhodes going to Ring of Honor, and he announced it on Facebook and all over Wrestling News that he'll be in the final battle. Pretty much we don't know what the situation is going to be. We don't know who he's going to wrestle against. But in my honest opinion about this whole situation, I am very happy to see him to go to any promotion. It could have been TNA. It could have been Ring of Honor. It could have been any promotion that he could have decided. But he picked Ring of Honor, and which is a good thing, because either way he would go to New Japan Pro Wrestling, between the two, because Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling do have a great relationship. And I think Cody Rhodes is competing for the PWG California tournament. I forgot the name of it, but I know they do a tournament every summer. I think summer and fall. But I think he's part of it as well. But Cody Rhodes and Ring of Honor, I think he would do a phenomenal job. And I would be surprised if he would fight Jay Lethal for the Ring of Honor World Championship. If not, he gonna compete with somebody. He gonna face somebody. And plus, since he is part of Ring of Honor, we will likely see him in part of New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I know he would kill it. I know Michael Elgin. I think he's still part of Ring of Honor still, and now he's the current IWGP Intercontinental Champion. In which, in my opinion, I thought he'd be good for the never overweight title, since he take stronger hits, a strong style type of person. But him winning IWGP Intercontinental Championship fit perfectly for Michael Elgin. And with the Ring of Honor New Japan Pro Wrestling relationship, I can see Cody Rhodes being part of next year a Wrestle Kingdom 11. I can remember which one, but Wrestle Kingdom 11. And I would love to see him, shine, because in WWE, he could, WWE writers, we've seen his Twitter, and they vent his frustration. WWE should have pushed Cody Rhodes as main event spot, and they have a lot of potential for Cody Rhodes, but they ignored him and they pushed him to the side. And I knew the Stardust character was a bad idea. Now, I don't mind him partnering with Goldust in a tag team, which was awesome. And everyone wants to see Cody Rhodes and Goldust fight each other, but WWE decided to push the idea off, and the person who called the shot was Vince McMahon. No matter what, Vince McMahon and the damn writers, and they should cash in on Cody Rhodes as a main event player, but they didn't do that. And I remember not too long ago when people were pushing for Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes said there's no such thing as push, and we were looking like, bro, what the hell, we rocking with you. And now we look fast forward, or should I say fast forward. Now we see him leaving WWE because he get treated like shit. If WWE give him a shot and make him as a main event player, become like a WWE champion, or kept the World Heavyweight Championship, he will stay in WWE, and right off the bat, he will be a main event player. I mean, a player like a bonafide Hall of Famer. Because he is a former tag team champion. He was a former Intercontinental champion. And plus, he has a great gimmick. Like, I remember he was from, like, Priceless Cody... No, not Priceless. Cody Rhodes, Professional Cody Rhodes persona, to the Mask Cody Rhodes, to now the Brotherhood Cody Rhodes, now to Stardust, in which it was terrible. But I think Cody Rhodes deserves some push. But I can't wait. He'll be in the final battle in December. I think we'll kill the Ring of Honor. And my prediction for Cody Rhodes, I think he'll be the guy to become the world champion, either for Ring of Honor or New Japan Pro Wrestling. Either way, I think he will be a phenomenal guy to do it. And that's my topic of these videos. I mean, of these about wrestling. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. And if you would love to see a rematch between Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold Steve Austin for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I got great, amazing content, from wrestling to true stories, and also a fictional story I will premiere very soon, so keep an eye on it, and many, many more. So therefore, don't forget to leave your comment and your feedback for this channel and for this video. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.